sometimes, you're in a mood. I know, you need to be intimate so that you can get out your mood.
What, to let go of the
I don't know what it releases the endorphins,
the
or
endorphins in your body.
releases whatever it releases, but it releases and you seem to be relaxed.
Well, if you really think about it, if you don't get them endorphins out, your attitude is straight up messed up. You know what I'm saying?
So what's your reason?
No, I think sometimes we just get frustrated with everything, and we just sometimes need to just relax. And when our minds are going all the time, and you're thinking about, oh, I need to be doing this, or I need to get that done, and the last thing sometime on your mind, I guess for women, I won't say for me because men think about sex 24/7, but I'm saying as for women, I think sometimes the last thing on their mind is being intimate.
Drop the beat now.
Hello, 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 and welcome to Marriage Can Heal podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. I did that on purpose. You was like, "Are you guys gonna say anything?" What? Why are you not talking?
So I can do that too.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Marriage Can Heal podcast. Why you do that? Stop doing that. You don't gotta say it together.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't. No, we don't. Stop that foolishness.
We're your hosts.
You're just irking my life today.
Be quiet, please, Joe. We're your hosts, Tara
and Pedro. They already heard my name. You just called it.
Yeah, out of something else.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah, thank goodness it wasn't something else. Anyway, but yeah, thank you guys again. We're going to talk today about a couple of things that dear to our hearts. And we just want to thank you all for joining us as you on Adventist Radio London and also on YouTube. So, how was your week?
It was
Tara.
It was just a week. God blessed me to make it through the week.
And it's more than just a week. You made it through every day.
I just said that in my own words. So
I'm saying it in my words.
Ask me a question, let me answer it. Okay, so anywho, I had a good week.
Sure?
Yeah. I did an interview coming up soon. I'm not sure when exactly. I think it's called the African.
Don't say the name because you don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, I did something for that, and it was a good experience. And yeah, I'm excited about how it all going to turn out. But other than that, I had a good week. How about you?
My week was fine. Had to deal with you all week, so yeah, it was wonderful.
Likewise.
Yeah, I said it was wonderful. I had a wonderful time with you this week. See, right. Look at you.
See, I was about to be smart.
You're feeling. See, look at you.
I was about to be smart.
Exactly. Look at you. You're about to be smart and all your feelings.
I was. Okay, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good.
We got to go to the supermarket together. We got to do a couple of things together. It was
supermarket, whatever.
Or grocery store. What do they say? A supermarket or grocery store?
What?
Here in the UK, because we say grocery store, don't we?
Yeah.
No, we say supermarket in the US.
We just say we're going to the store.
Oh, to the store, right? But they don't say that. They say well, anyway. But yeah.
Yeah, I think they.
But yeah, we got to spend some time together. I had a couple. I think one of my jobs had canceled, so I had the morning free. So we had the chance to go out together, which we normally don't. I always go shopping really pretty much by myself.
Yeah.
And after that day, I'll probably be going by myself from now on.
You best believe it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like going to the store with my husband at all. You know what I mean? Especially when he in a rush and stuff like that.
I'm not in a rush. No, because you want to act like you're driving Miss Daisy to the store.
No, if I'm in the store, I like to go to the store how I go to the store.
Anyway, you act like you drive Miss Daisy, man. You be going real slow.
Whatever. All I'm saying, you mean walking Miss Daisy because I'm walking, I'm not driving there.
Whatever. I'm just using the phrase driving.
Whatever. So today we're going to be covering our topic, that we was talking about in this.
How you just going to go right into that? You didn't even
because I want to say this real quick. Let me say that we can go back to what we were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now hush it up. Okay, so we're gonna be talking about managing intimacy with parenting. Season 3, episode 17.
Mm.
So yeah. But anyway, going to the store with my husband is dreadful.
It's not dreadful. You
Yes,
make
it
it
is.
dreadful.
Yes, it is. No.
Because you know why? Because I know when I go into the store what I'm going for.
Well,
You go in there like you on a sightseeing tour.
yeah, I am on a sightseeing
No,
tour.
you're
I
not.
want to see if I see something different that I want to get. I should, I'll be want to look. Be like, hurry up, hurry up.
I
Hurry
didn't,
up.
I didn't do
Hurry
that.
up.
I didn't even do that
And
to
then
you.
then you'll leave. Then you'll leave me or leave out, and I have to go find you in the store or call you. Be like, PJ, where you at? Oh, I'm up here at the cash register. Wait a minute, I was just looking at something.
That's my point.
Anyway, that's so
You know what?
messed
You know what
up.
I'll do for you? I'll drop you to the supermarket. You can walk around all day, and I'll come back and get you.
Okay, I feel
You
the
can
basket
you could do the whole thing by yourself. How about that?
up.
We could do
You know,
that.
and then when you come to you can be like, what did you buy? Then you can be taking everything out that you don't want.
No, I'm not gonna buy it. No, I'm not.
Mm.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna say, hey, just whatever. Because you always, you know what it is. You even made that comment to me earlier when I was getting rice, and I was like, the rices range between 7 and 11 pounds, and you was like, you probably got the 7-pound rice. Oh, excuse me, we are somewhat on a budget, like we gotta buy food. Food is not cheap these days, man.
Okay, but all I'm saying
is people are struggling out there. The struggle is real.
It is real. I get it.
The struggle is
I
real.
truly get it. However, my husband bought this rice that was long grain, which I love long grain rice.
You're still on that?
Still on that because I'm still on
go.
it. And so anyway, he bought
your feelings.
You bought some rice that looked like some Qantas, like some little
it's
crumbs,
not.
like
it's short rice. And the reason why I bought it,
short grain,
and the reason why I bought it is because all I saw was the color, the same packaging as the other rice I bought before. Because I bought some rice that we never got before, and you loved it.
Tell me,
and now you like that's the only rice you want, but they don't always have that rice. And I told you that.
Well, they got more than one Asda. Go to another one.
Why don't you go?
No, because if I had my license,
why don't you go to another Asda?
I don't have an automatic car. I don't have an automatic car.
Then that's your problem. Then you get the rice that Daddy buys.
I don't care. You're gonna go.
You get the rice that Daddy.
I'm like, I'm gonna throw all the rice in the garbage.
We can go throw it in the garbage right now. I told you that last night. Shoot, you don't go there with me because I put the rice in the garbage right now.
Okay, do what you got to do.
The rice was not bad though. We had rice this evening for dinner. It was pretty good.
We didn't have it for dinner.
Yes, we did.
We had it for brunch.
Oh, we had it for brunch. You're right, but it was still pretty good for brunch.
It was all right. It's like crumbs. I felt like I was eating cornbread.
Nah, don't do that.
It was awful.
Oh my goodness, you are so funny.
But you know what
man.
You got to do what you got to do when you got to eat. You got to
That's
survive.
right. Food is food. There's people out there don't got no food.
But we have food, so you know what? I want the rice that God.
Well, guess what? You're not always gonna get the rice you want.
Okay.
I don't get everything I want.
Okay.
I'm
moving on.
Now you want to move on when I say that statement, huh? Okay.
I'm moving on.
Okay. Whatever.
They say happy wife, happy life.
Whatever.
You hate that phrase.
No, happy home.
Happy home.
Yes, we both have to be happy. It's not just you. That's a misconception. Oh, the wife is happy.
Right.
Then the man.
Then the man could be miserable.
Yeah, no, but the thing about it is that, see, this is the thing. I try my hardest to make you happy.
Me too.
No, but I don't complain.
I don't complain either.
And if I bought rice that was the wrong rice for the first time ever, I shouldn't have to be still hearing about it a day and a half later.
We talking about somebody that's talking. You know what, Peter? I'm not going there.
Don't go there. Don't go there, because all I'm saying is I bought the wrong rice. I apologize. I said I'll make sure I pay more attention next time. That's not good enough. You still stuck on that stinking rice.
I am.
Goodness gracious.
I'm over it though. I said my piece.
You're not over it. You keep saying your piece. You say it in pieces. You say a piece here and a piece there and then a piece later.
Absolutely done. I'm absolutely done.
You got another piece coming. Don't worry.
Anywho.
Is my mic, if it feels like, I don't know.
What happened?
I'm saying it just feels like weird.
Your mic is fine.
Not just the way I hear it in my headset, but it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
You want to turn it up some?
If you could, please.
Well, you'll be number one, won't you?
I thought it was number 2. Oh, there we go. That's better.
That's why it's getting too loud on my end, because you need to understand something. Know the board. You're number 1.
I know the board. I thought I was number 2.
No, you're not. You're not.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know you had me as number 1.
You're not number 1. You just number 1 on the board. That's what I said on the board.
Oh, that's funny. I am number one.
Mm.
I'm not number one in your life. Besides God,
God is number one.
God is number one,
I was
but He
just saying
put
you asked.
me. God made me in His image, so therefore I'm number one too.
No, God is number one because He's the head of my life, and then you come.
So I'm 1A.
Yeah. So you, then Pedro, and
I'm
then
1A, and then it's 1B. You're 1B.
What's 1B?
I don't know. 1B, A, B, C, D. What do you think I was? What do you think I was made by 1B?
We're not talking about alphabets here.
Well, I was just saying. He's like, what's 1B? 1B is like A, B, C, D. What you talking about?
Okay.
Oh, that sounds so much better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounded like it was muffled for a minute.
Because you muffled.
You're muffled. I was about to say something. See? Woo. Whoosh. Okay, yeah. So as we said, today's show is going to be about.
I already said it already. You ain't got to say it again.
I'm going to say it again because you would.
Okay.
Managing intimacy with parenting. Because I thought we was actually going to say marriaging.
We was not going to say marriaging, Peter.
Oh,
that's
marriage.
Not even a word.
Marriage, not marriaging, marriage.
We was never going to say marriage. We was never going to say that.
Okay, no problem. Excuse me. I am human. I'm proud to make mistakes.
You human?
Yes, I'm human. I'm not a machine as you think. Which is why I took a nap today. And the boy, did it feel good.
Pedro can sleep to the cows come
home.
No,
I cannot sleep till the cows can come home. I just every now and then my body breaks down and it says need to sleep and I sleep.
Yeah. Well,
I listen to but you tell me to listen to my body, I listen to it. There's a difference of me going to sleep and me actually sleeping because I'm tired. You can tell the difference.
Yeah.
Okay. Today was one of those where I needed sleep.
Yeah.
Well, so I appreciate that you let me.
Yeah, I didn't let you do anything. You just went up there and went to sleep. You didn't tell me you was going to say. I'm like, what, Pedro? I'm calling you on FaceTime.
And you saw me.
Oh, I'm taking a nap.
And you saw me. You didn't. And then you said, "Thing, you are letting me. You took care of the kids. You took care of the house while I slept."
Like I always do. Thank you.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Okay, I'm being petty.
You're in your feelings.
I'm being petty. I'm being petty.
Real petty.
I like being petty.
No, it's not good to be petty.
Anywho.
All right, so let's get started. Would you like to pray for us?
Okay. Lord, thank you so much for this time that we're able to do this podcast. And Lord, as we talk about managing intimacy and parenting, Lord, give us the words to say. Allow someone that's listening to this show to be able to use it or apply it to their lives and help someone in some way. Lord, thank you for your love and your grace. I pray in your son, Jesus' name. Amen.
All right. So actually, I thought of something different today. So what we're going to talk about today is pretty much our lives.
Yeah.
We're not professionals. We're not saying that you have to do it this way or this is the way to do it. This is just the way that we find works best for us.
Yes.
If you're listening on the radio and you have a question or you have a concern or you can always contact us.
That's right.
At marriagecanhealpodcast@gmail.com.
That's right.
We will respond. People have emailed us and we have responded to them.
That's right.
And if you're on YouTube, you can leave a comment and we will actually see the comment and then we will respond.
We will.
If not on the comment, or we will respond on the next podcast that we do.
That's right.
Just trying to open up because we do record these. We don't do them live anymore.
No.
But I thought that maybe we could let people know that there's a way if they want to leave a comment. I think more people leave comments if they know we will respond to them.
Right.
So just wanted to put that out there. I just thought of that.
Yeah.
So as we was talking about, so what in your mind? So I had a couple of ideas on marriage, intimacy, and parenting. And when we get started?
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Let's roll it.
So in like what we always talked about for ourselves, that we always felt that marriage, intimacy, and parenting are two important aspects of our life.
Yeah.
And maintaining the intimacy, but also maintaining a proper parenting is healthy and crucial for us. Making sure that it's satisfying for both.
Right.
In intimacy and in parenting.
Right.
That we both raising our children, but we're also taking care of ourselves.
That's right.
Mentally, physically, spiritually, just in every aspect.
Right.
in both intimacy and parenting.
Right. Because one thing, you had some more to say?
No, go ahead.
But one thing I found hard was, being a mother of 3 children and being able to balance making time for you and making sure that, I'm fulfilling my husband's needs, and making sure I'm just doing my part. And, in other words, not putting all my time in with the kids, but just trying to balance that. And I think sometimes we can get unbalanced when we focus more on one thing than the other, or we don't feel that intimacy. Oh, it's okay. We can just do it later. Or, I spend time with him later, or I spend time with her later. And we get unfocused, and then we kind of neglect our spouse or even ourselves because we so caught up in everything that's going on around us. And I say for a parent, for a mother, being able to get sleep because you sleep deprived, and you're saying about your kids, you just making sure everything is straight with the house, making sure the bills is paid, and just all of these different things that you're trying to balance. And sometimes you can get so unfocused in what's going on, and you become stressed and overwhelmed with life. And it can happen. And then you got so much on your plate because not only you have to be the children, if you're working, you got to do work, or if you got engagements, you're trying to meet those goals. So you got all of these different things that you're trying to do, and you be like, wait a minute, I haven't spent time with my husband or the other man. I haven't spent time with my husband or my wife. So when do that come into play that we make time for one another?
Well, they say, like as couples, which we never really have done because we don't trust anybody with the kids.
Right.
So hopefully now that they're older, they could take care of themselves a little bit for a couple hours and just doing like a date night or a date, just going out on the date, go out to get something to eat together.
Yeah. And disclaimer, our children, our oldest is 14, he'll be 15. And our second child, oldest, she'll be 13 and 9. So they're old enough to be home for a little bit by themselves until we come back. I'm just saying, because people might be like, they just leave their kids at home. No, we not like that.
We didn't say that we even.
No, I was just saying.
I know, but I didn't say that.
Disclaimer.
I said that as they get older,
right,
we could leave them home for an hour or two while we go get something to eat.
Right.
Not at night.
Right.
During the day.
Mm-hmm.
That's the disclaimer you should say.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That we do it during the day.
Don't do overnight.
Which we have looked it up, and it's okay.
Yeah.
You're not to leave you don't want you leaving your kids at night.
Right.
Unfortunately, some parents are like that. They have to leave their kids overnight
to
go to work if they're a single parent. I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
But for us, that's what we have. That's what we do.
Right.
But that's what we're thinking about start doing.
Yeah.
Because we realize after 17 years of marriage that we have to start take care of ourselves.
That's true.
We have to start handling things ourselves, and the kids are okay. We still care for the kids. And there goes the balance of neglecting ourselves to make sure the children are okay. Till now we have to take care of ourselves, but also make sure the children are taken care of.
Right.
And in today's world, if there's any issue, they can always FaceTime, and it's not like we go far.
Right.
We're talking town's a mile away.
Right.
So we could be home in no time. And our kids are pretty chilled in that set.
They are.
I think sometimes they would like us to do it so they can get a break from us.
Yeah, well, you know what? I find it excellent because we definitely can get a breather. You know what I'm saying? And most times when we come back home, everybody in their own spot by themselves anyway. And me, I had at first when the first time we did it, I went to a rehearsal. I felt a little complex about it. I was like, should we leave him? But then after a while, my son sometimes say to me, even our daughters will be like, "Someone, you got rehearsal today?" Or "You and Dad got somewhere to go today?" So I'm thinking they sometimes look forward to us leaving.
Because they're probably doing something they shouldn't be doing. I think that way.
I never thought about that until now. Them buggers.
Better check their phones when we get back in the house.
That's right. They doing stuff.
They doing stuff.
But yeah, they do sometimes ask them, "Are you doing this? You doing this?" So I'm like, now that they asking, I'm like, why? Why you want to know? What you doing? You know what I'm saying? You have somebody in my house, you better have somebody in my house. But
I don't think no. Really, you go there? You really went there?
Yeah, I did. But I was just joking.
No, you're not.
But I was just kidding. I was.
No, you're not.
Pedro, I was. If I said I was kidding, I was kidding. Let's move on.
Okay.
So anyway, why you like that? But
because you were joking, but you wasn't.
I know I was dead. I was just playing.
Okay, babe.
My goodness.
Okay,
I'll mess
Tara.
up a whole mood.
You mess up a mood. I'm just going by what you normally do, but that's okay. If you're changing up, I have to learn. I'm learning. I'm adjusting.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Noted then. You see the balance? It's kind of hard to do that when you got this one over here.
This one? You mean that one? Anyway.
But yeah, just trying to spend time when you want to, because sometimes you don't want to because they get on your nerves. So you just like, you know what? Forget it. I'll just have a Netflix night by myself. But you know.
You can't have no Netflix night by yourself because you be asleep.
That's true. I try to watch movies.
You never have no Netflix night by yourself because you asleep. You can't have it. That's why I don't watch movies with you.
Yeah, I literally can only watch movies and stuff during the day. Anything past 8 o'clock.
And no, because there's been times when I've been home and we went to watch a movie and you fell asleep during the day. So I think it's just having me there. As you say, during worship, my voice is so calming, which I don't believe.
But your voice is not
that
you're not talking
sleep.
and we watching the movie. So how is that calming?
I don't know.
You know,
that's why it's confusing. You said my voice put you to sleep, but I don't know if it's just my presence put you to sleep. Maybe just having me here just puts you to sleep. I mean, it gives you that comfort of knowing that I'm here.
Comfort.
I say comfort.
I heard what you said.
What? I know how to speak.
I heard what you said, Peter. I was just messing with you, pushing your buttons. But what are you pushing?
I'm working the board like you told me to.
Peter, that's not working the board. You just pushed a button. Be careful.
Am I one or two?
I don't know. Think about it. Working the board.
Okay.
Stop.
Now I know.
What's wrong with you?
Now I know which one I am.
No, you are that one, Pedro, because I'm still talking.
I know that.
Yeah, you green, I'm pink.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go back to our topic, please.
I'm not hearing myself in my mic.
Pedro, there you go. There you go.
Thank you. That's what I was saying.
Then stop pressing buttons.
You did. Wait. You did that one.
Oh my goodness, what's wrong with you? Okay, keep going.
I was doing what you taught me to do.
I didn't teach you. You to
said
yourself.
if I have to burp or something, don't burp in the mics. I was muting it
so
to
do like
burp.
This. Move to the side.
Wait. I can't win with you. Which one do you want?
I don't know.
You said to move to the side. Then you say don't do it because we're on YouTube. So you say press the button. So that's what I did.
Okay.
Make up your mind.
Could you go back to the topic? Thank you so very
much.
Oh
Lord. So as we discussed, because
talking about balance, Pedro, because you lose your.
No, I already know what we're talking. I'm already there. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So with intimacy, right, in marriage, what do you think it involves?
Sex.
In your mind? Okay, beyond that, there's other things it involves. You don't think it involves other things?
Yeah, intimacy. Not only did it
intimacy.
Not only do it involve sex, it involves spending time with one another, just sitting next to the person, or rubbing their feet, or just complimenting them, or that type of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think?
I kind of read up on it. I would have said this too, but someone does.
Go ahead.
But it involves emotional, physically, and sexual connection.
Yeah, which is sex.
But it's not just sex.
Making love.
It also requires open communication, mutual respect, willingness to work through challenges together.
Yeah.
I can't say the word.
Prioritizing.
Yeah, intimacy in the relationship.
Listening.
It tends to gain a more experience is greater.
Yeah.
Because you both agree.
Yeah. And
gives you a little bit of a closeness. And it could strengthen the bond.
Yeah.
Yep. As you go through ups and downs, because sometimes it helps, sometimes, you're in a mood. I know, you need to be intimate so that you can get out your mood.
What, to let go of the
I don't know what it gets, it releases the endorphins, or
endorphins in your body.
It releases whatever it releases, but it releases and you seem to be relaxed.
Well, if you really think about it, if you don't get them endorphins out, your attitude is straight up messed up. You know what I'm saying?
So what's your reason?
No, I think sometimes we just get, frustrated with everything. And we just sometimes need to just relax. And when our minds are going all the time and you're thinking about, I need to be doing this, I need to get that done. And the last thing sometime on your mind, I guess for women, I won't say for men, because men think about sex 24/7. But I'm saying as for women, I think sometimes the last thing on their mind is being intimate.
That's true. And even when they're being intimate, they're still thinking about.
Yeah, so you have to try to turn it off, and that's something that I'm learning to do.
Mm.
It's not always easy.
We just did Talking Point right before we did this. And one of the things the lady said on Talking Point was sometimes you just need to breathe.
Yeah, when you got anxiety.
But it works the same way, Tom.
Just in life, period.
Yes. Why? My point was valid, but you have to just make it seem like I was only talking. See, that's what I'm talking about. I know you better be glad I love you.
I didn't change the course that much.
You didn't change it at all, but I'm just saying sometimes you just have to.
But you know what? That goes. Anxiety
because you just said that your mind is racing. You got this going, that going on, and that's what I was mentioning. Sometimes you just have to breathe.
Yeah, and sit back and just try to let everything go. Because sometimes I have anxiety as well, where I just get very anxious. And sometimes
I know I learned something valuable today on the show today.
Right. So sometimes when I'm feeling that way, I haven't felt that way in a minute. Thank you, Jesus. But when I have felt some anxiety, I kind of clench up and I just feel like this. It's like this feeling in the inside.
You do something else that you don't realize.
Well, let me finish, please. I feel I have like this feeling on the inside where I just feel very tensed up and nervous, and I don't know. It's an unexplainable feeling that it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, why am I feeling like this? And then when I do feel that way, I say, Lord, take this away from me right now in the name of Jesus. And I just sit there and I pray and I talk to him and I say my favorite Bible scripture and I just let it go.
You do something else.
What's that?
That I learned today.
What's that? Say it already.
You ask silly questions.
Silly questions. No question is a silly question.
I don't know. There's no question. It's a stupid question.
Well, it's the same thing. Silly,
no, it's not.
Thing.
No,
okay.
No. You ask silly questions in the sense of you ask questions that you know the answer to.
Like what? If you're going to say that, you're going to have to back it up.
I'm not backing it up because it's going to start an argument. I'm not backing it up.
Are you talking about when we went shopping and I asked you what's the bags in the car, PJ? Why you always starting mess?
I'm not starting mess.
You messy.
No. See, I'm trying to I'm being real serious. I'm not even trying to be
serious
messy.
Or transparent?
And transparent. But right. I'm being serious and transparent. No, what I'm saying is that, yeah, but I think like I've learned, like with you now, I'm after doing the show today, I learned something today in a sense of when I think of some of the questions you ask me at certain points of the day or certain points, it's almost like you feel anxious. So you just asking me because you're so anxious, you have nothing else to say. So you ask me the question. Even though you probably figure or know the answer, you still ask the question.
So I'm literally just asking you a question if I know the answer just to see what your answer going to be?
No. You're answering the question because you're a little anxious.
Okay.
You're a little anxious, or you could be a little irritated.
So now you're telling me what my anxiety levels are.
I'm not telling you what the anxiety levels are. See, that's your problem. You always think I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to show you from what I've learned today. I'm trying to show you something. But instead of you trying to learn, you want to sit there and I'm trying to control.
Well, you know what? I'm teachable. Go ahead.
No, well, I'm not even trying to teach you, but I'm just saying.
You say you're trying to teach me.
I didn't say I'm trying to teach you either.
I'm just
trying to show you because you got irritated with me because I had hit your foot because you was walking like Miss Daisy in the store.
You hit my foot with the basket.
Because you was walking too slow.
And I was like, what are you doing? You're hitting my shoe.
I didn't mean to act like I did it on purpose.
You know what?
But anyway,
we
digress. Why it felt like what you talking about?
It felt like you did.
You know what? You
bring it up.
Yeah, I did bring it up, but you really are thinking. You think I would hit you with
people do things, card. Intentionally, and then turn around and say,
"Why?
I didn't mean to do it."
Let's get into that real quick. Why is it that when it comes to men, women always think they do it intentionally, but when a woman does it, it's not intentional?
Now sometimes I do.
I'm just saying because you just said I do. Why would I hit you with a shopping cart intentionally?
Because you know what, you already was in a rush, and I felt like you did it on purpose to rush me and push me up. If you had a choice, you could have just took me in the back and just been pushing me through the store.
Why would I do that?
In that case, you should get one of them baby sling things and to pull me each time we in the store.
Like you saw that TikTok that we saw the other day.
Like, whatever.
I need to get one of those. But no, that's not what I was doing. Whatever.
You know what?
You take everything so personal. Like I'm going. Anyway, like I said, because these folks are gonna think we crazy. They're gonna be like, wait, but they talking about being intimate and talking about having
But you the
connection.
one bring this up.
No, because babe, my point is that I think sometimes you get so in your feelings that you get nervous and then you ask questions.
I don't get nervous.
Well, I think you do.
Well, just because you thinking, I'm telling you that I don't.
Well, you do it to me all
you
the time.
You can't diagnose me and
I'm
tell
not
me what I
you.
am. Yes, you are.
I am just trying to figure out because I always don't know why you ask these crazy.
You trying to diagnose me?
I'm trying to figure out why you always ask these crazy questions at the weirdest times.
Well, then, Pedro, I don't know.
Because you ask questions at the weirdest times.
I don't know. Then, if you don't like it, then, Pedro, don't answer the question.
If I don't answer the question, then you get irritated.
Well, then
I can't win. It's either I do it or I don't. Which one is it? Then I get in trouble either way.
You ain't in trouble right now. You still talking, running your trap.
I'm gonna be whatever. I don't care if I'm in trouble. I'm not scared of you. Shoot. I'm a grown man. Anyway, like I said, these folks are gonna really think we lost our rocker right now. But anyway.
No, we're just real. We're real people. They, get used to it.
And like I said, I think in a way we have our relationship is based a little bit on irritating each other. I think that's how we are close to each other. Yeah, man, I think we are. Because remember the other day we was in Sky's parent teachers conference and we started to kind of like go back and forth and Sky was like, please guys, not right now. Like, don't do it.
She put her hand on her forehead like, Mom, Dad, please, not right now.
But we wasn't mad or nothing. We was just going back and forth. But she was like, "Not right now, please, no, not for this teacher. No, not this teacher. This the wrong teacher."
I know. Oh my God.
So it's just what we do.
We weren't gonna show ourselves. We good.
Oh, we started to though.
But it was because of you.
Why is it always my fault? See, why? You know what? Guess what? You know what? I don't even care. You know why? Because as a man, I take responsibility.
I'm sorry.
I take responsibility. It don't bother me.
Okay, no. This will have happened.
No, we're not going into what happened. I'm just saying I don't mind taking responsibility. If you don't blame me, that's fine. Blame me. I don't care.
Okay, fine. All I was gonna say. Okay, anyway, moving on.
Exactly.
So when it comes to the parenting without children, which I love the parent-teacher conference.
We're still talking about intimacy.
Oh, we're talking about intimacy.
Because we still got to finish off this one point.
Okay, then finish the point.
I am about to.
Okay.
So, like, I think we talked about this before when we was doing when it was named a different name, the podcast. And we was talking about how I didn't always like to what's the word?
What?
I don't always like to plan. But I found that sometimes in life, because our life is busy sometimes, if you was the kids and me at work, that sometimes we do have to plan.
Schedule sex.
Yeah. Schedule a sexual, intimate relationship.
I guess that could be probably.
Do you think we do that more, that we always schedule now more than anything? Or is no spontaneous?
It is some spontaneous in it. I think sometimes it just happens when it happens. And like that.
And then wasn't the other question would be, I think we've asked this question before, but like once a week, once a month, what do you think of that situation?
Within a week,
7 days.
7 days in a week, I would say at least a total to 3 to 4 if you can fit it in.
3 to 4, you.
I said 3 to 4.
3 more like it.
Yeah, but most times we probably just get 3 in.
Yeah.
But yeah, if a 4th one happened, it's because I don't know.
4 happens because of you.
Well, yeah.
I'm going. Exactly.
If I'm in
and the thing is that it don't bother me. See, that's the thing. It's not like I'm bothered by it, but it's just if 4 happens, it's because you just.
But you know what it is for me sometimes. Knowing that the kids is like right there, it just kind of make me feel.
Oh, that's what we was gonna really talk about.
Because I'm just like, I was like, I know our kids know something.
They always know. They know. Like it's been times when I've been upstairs and I've texted you, and then you come upstairs and then the kids know when you come back, they're like, oh, they was up there because they won't because they'll come to the door. And then, because you have to come to our door and come up the stairs and go to our room.
Yeah.
And we're like, don't come upstairs. And they're like, okay. And I'm like, we'll be down in a minute.
One time I heard our kids say, Mom and Dad up there doing whatever. I was like, oh gosh. It really just kind of, took, just kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they said that.
I think older folks like my age have always we've all walked in on our parents.
Yeah, I think I
At
got
some
a. I
point.
think I got a remembrance of something that brought back a flashback. Just move on.
You saw something you shouldn't have
Oh,
saw?
a flashback. It was terrible.
Oh.
No, okay.
It was
Anyway,
flesh everywhere.
I was like, Lord Jesus, why me?
Was that worse than him putting a toenail in your mouth?
Yeah, who put a toenail in my mouth?
When you say you was cutting your father's toenail and it popped
Oh,
in your
right.
mouth.
It literally, my dad used to have some hard toenails and it long too.
Was that worse?
Yes, and I clipped my dad's toenails.
You didn't answer the question. Which one was worse, seeing that or having the toenail?
I don't know. I think it was both. I was just,
Totally distraught.
yes, I traumatized.
Both times.
I was traumatized.
Oh, poor
And
thing.
Anyway, I try not to. I think I have buried that back in my whatever
Until we
memory.
just brought it up.
Yeah, but it came into play when we was talking about the kids.
Mhm.
And I was like, I know our kids know. Because it's just like some. I just know they do.
I think you's actually. Well, I'll say this. For guys, I'm gonna say this for guys. So, been 9 years now, and I've been I had a vasectomy, and don't change anything.
Yeah,
that is a myth about taking away your manhood.
Some men think that.
Because they think of it as a dog, like a dog getting spayed, and
Getting
then
neutered.
get it neutered or spayed, or the cat gets spayed,
Yeah.
the dog gets neutered. Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it don't take nothing away. And I think actually for us it helped us more.
Because I had to think about getting pregnant.
Right,
again.
because you was at a point where you wouldn't be intimate with me because you're afraid you was gonna get pregnant.
Yeah, because I was like, yo,
because you didn't want to use condoms. Well, we are married folks, so
Well, who
get
gonna
over
use
it.
condoms? Them things rubber.
But
We got latex.
I'm just saying, but even married couples use rubbers. They don't want to get pregnant. They want to, they
I'm
use it as
allergic
a
to
deterrent.
latex. I can't use.
But that's my point. So we couldn't use that. So you was always afraid. So it became a point where it may have been like once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, because after I had Kaya, after we had our last one, I was
you went through a straight.
I was like, because even it supposed to been like a 6 week wait before we were able to intimate again. But I'm gonna guarantee you, these men don't be wanting to wait no 6 weeks after a woman have a baby. No, y'all don't want to be waiting no 6 weeks after a woman have a baby.
Hello,
after they push something out of them.
Oh Lord! Anyway,
it's the truth.
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
What I'm saying to you is,
yeah, okay.
What
but
I'm talking about
is,
the intimacy, in the sense of if a woman have a child and then the doctor say you got to wait because you're very fertile at that time. If you have sex between that time and you had a child, you have to wait. But
that has nothing to do with what we just said, because I was talking about even after the 6 weeks, you still was afraid that you was going to get pregnant.
I was like, I don't want to get pregnant again. I did not want another child. Because Kaya was a surprise child, and I wasn't. I guess she wasn't a surprise.
She was a blessing from God. She was never surprised.
I'm just saying she wasn't a surprise because we wasn't protected. But at the same time, it took a long time for us to get there. And when we did, and I found that I was pregnant with our wonderful daughter, I was like, oh, we about to have another baby.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, I was like, Peter was like, he's gonna, lock and load, and I was like, okay.
Nah, not at first.
I was okay with it after I had
Kaya. You was actually worse afterwards, because if you saw another baby, like, you need to get it reversed.
But that's after Kaya got older.
Mm-hmm.
After Kaya started growing and got older, and I see babies, I'd be like, oh, what another baby? And you'd be like, well, go ahead, woman, someone else.
That's all I'm saying. So I just thought I'd get that little disclaimer that, it's easy for men and it does work most times. It has been a case where it doesn't always work, but
most times it's successful.
If you do want to improve your intimacy, if your spouse is a male with your wife,
with a vasectomy,
yeah,
okay,
yeah, I would recommend, if you don't want to have more kids.
Yeah, I mean, the woman can go through getting her tubes tied and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's more invasive.
Yeah, it is. It's more invasive.
I'm not gonna get into details, but yeah, it's easier for men.
Yeah,
simple procedure. And pretty easy.
Especially if y'all plan on being together for a long time, to definitely do your
just
part.
Don't. If you're self-conscious or whatever, you don't like your body, don't go to a place where people know you.
Right.
Which I did. I don't care. It don't bother me, but I'm just saying, I ended up having to see people that was in the room with me after that. So,
that you used to work with.
Yeah. I used to work with them, and I just see them in regular settings.
Yeah.
School.
Right.
Supermarket.
Right.
Like, hey.
Yeah.
But we're professionals, so
because
it goes both ways. I see things too, so
yeah.
goes both ways. But like I was saying, so yeah, so on that part of it, on the intimacy, that's why I just wanted to bring that up for men, that it is an option. It does, it does not change the way you feel, does not change your sex drive or your drive. But it's men out, it's people out there that believe in having intimacy once a month.
Once a month intimacy?
Yeah.
That's dead.
And then there's also like,
That's crazy.
or twice every, it just depends. Everybody's different.
Yeah.
But for us, we tried 3 times. And if I'm lucky, 4.
Right. But I think it's important that both couples, I mean,
Or if I'm blessed, not lucky.
I'm sorry, that both people should talk about, how many times you think is a good time for you guys. And if either person want to get, if you through having children and you don't want to have no more children, talk about that issue, whether you gonna get he gonna get a vasectomy or you gonna get your tube tied. Y'all make that decision, and see which person gonna do it. So it's a lot of communication have to go on in the sense of that, or what's going to happen, because y'all have to come to a common ground. Because if somebody wanted more and the other person wanted less, then that's not going to work, because somebody ain't gonna be happy,
right?
So
Jinx. So as we was talking, so on the other hand, we got parenting.
Yeah.
And in parenting, that involves different things like skills and strategies for raising the children.
Right.
First off, I think we both have to kind of agree. I don't think we have to agree on everything, but we have to come to a common ground when it comes to parenting.
How are we raising our children?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, providing emotional support, guidance, discipline for the child, providing a nurturing environment.
Right.
And something for them to grow and develop. Like we pray with them every day, every morning, pray with them every evening. Most times we have worship in the evening. Sometimes we don't, we just pray if it depends on what's going on.
Yeah.
Or how late we got to go to it. But just trying to keep that foundation in their minds and in their soul.
Right.
And I think, sometimes you don't think it's happening, but when then you see the way they react to something or respond to something, and you're like, wow, it actually may be working, because they respond in a more godlike, they respond in a way that we've been trying to teach them.
Right.
So, hoping that they'll develop. So when they get older, that they won't, they'll remember this as they get older. What do you think on the sense of parenting?
I think parenting is very important. Don't come with a handbook. You're going to make mistakes as parents. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to always make good decisions sometimes as parents. So we have to sometimes, talk to you, maybe like, what you think? What's your thoughts? What you think we should do? And if you can't, if you both can't come to something where you can understand what's going on in the situation with your children, then speak to someone that can probably guide you through that. You know what I mean? Because maybe someone has experienced what you may be going through at that time. But I think we raise our children how we was raised, and not every tactic that we have experienced growing up is going to work for our kids. So we have to remember that as well, that that the generation is just different. And one thing I love about parenting is that I'm able to see my children in different ways, and the different attitudes and how they respond to things, and how our relationship is in the sense of communicating with them on one verbal level now that they got older. So I'm able to kind of understand what they're going through. I'm able to listen to them and see, what's going on in their lives. And I think as parents, we have to be understanding in that sense of listening to our children, because we can sometimes hear them, but not all the time listen. And that goes towards marriage too. So I just think we have to try to really listen to them and listen to their points and what they're going, because they could be telling you something that you need to hear, and you may be missing it if you like, be quiet. You heard what I said. I said what I said, and then I'm only saying this from experience, because I remember.
That's why I'm laughing.
I remember listening to my daughter or my son or even my youngest daughter, and they were like, "Mom, just listen to me real quick. You're not listening to me." And when they said that to me, I'm like, "Okay, fine. Well, tell me what you got to say now." Then it's just like something have to click in my head to be like, "Okay, turn on your listening ears now. Stop just commanding and saying, be quiet. Be quiet. Don't listen. Don't be quiet. I'm the parent. Listen to me. Do what I say and not as I do. Type of thing. So I'm trying to not be like that. I'm trying to listen to what they're saying because they may have a valid point and maybe give you something to think about because maybe you're missing something in what they're saying. So I would say take heed to that. I'm trying to do that as a parent. What do you think?
I think raising kids is a very difficult thing in today's world, especially.
Yeah.
I think the other day I did tell a daughter that, that I feel like children are going to be mad at you as being a parent.
Well, of course.
Because you're not going to be able to please them for everything.
No.
So I was telling her that that it bothers me, but it don't bother me that she be mad, that she could be mad at me, because my job is to protect her. And if that means, I'll put it like this: if I had my daughter to hate anybody, I don't mind if she was to hate me for that moment, because even if my daughter's upset with me or she doesn't, hate is a hard word. I want to use hate, dislike, or she's angry or she's upset with me.
Right at the moment, yeah.
At the moment, I know the way I want her to understand is that she may be upset with me, but she knows I'm doing it out of love.
Yeah.
So she knows that even though she's upset, she knows I'm doing it because I love her.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times she's upset because she wants to do something that she actually knows she shouldn't be doing anyway.
Right. But
they try it. It's like, can I do this? No. Can I do that? No. And then they get upset. But I'm like, they know from the way they've been brought up, oh, my dad's known to say no anyway, but I'm gonna try anyway.
What's their famous thing?
What?
They say to us, you always say no.
They say that to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't always say no.
Yeah.
I don't always say no. Mm-hmm. I just say no to certain things.
At the end of the day,
I work consistently when it comes to no's on certain things, on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because the world today is a strange place. It's a serious and dangerous place. And I'm not putting my kid out there. I'm not letting my kid go out, run the streets like some of these kids.
You know what they say sometimes, our kids, you just don't understand us. I understand everything.
No, okay? No. See, that's the thing, right?
I understand that you want to do what you want to do. That's what I'm saying.
No, I kind of agree in a sense that we don't always understand our kids because the stress and the anxiety that they go through now is different than what we went through. See, sometimes we say, well, I was a kid before. Yeah, but when we was a kid, it was different.
Yeah, we didn't have all this.
We didn't have social media. We didn't have
stuff in our face 24/7.
Right. Exactly. Like somebody said earlier, before we picked up a magazine. Now you got everything in your face.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah, so it's different. So we do have to understand that, yeah, maybe we don't completely understand them, but they have to understand something too, and that is that we, as the parent, is our job to protect them.
Yeah.
And to keep them from harm. So sometimes you're not going to be able to do the things you want to do. Most times you're not going to be able to do the things you want to do.
Yeah.
Because when it comes down to it, you're living under my roof and you're the kid. I'm the parent.
Yeah.
So I know that sounds like I'm saying it's my rules and no rules, but it is, it still works that way.
But our children do understand. They do come to us later and say, you know what, Mom or Dad, I understand why you did that. I understand why you said that, or why we can't do this or why we can't do that. Because like I told them, once you, in a situation, depending on what it is, we either can help you out of it or you stuck in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I basically just be like, you got to be wise in your decision making, and you're still growing. You're going to make mistakes. I get it. You're still learning. But while you in that learning process and we trying to navigate and guide you through it, you need to be listening to people that has probably experienced it. So you won't have to go down that same path.
I think they also say I get mad too fast.
Mm.
But I think I've grown a little bit on that.
I think we both have, because I used to be like that. And
you elevate your voice, as you called it.
Yes.
I just elevated my voice.
Because, like I told them, I said, you want us to listen to you and you want us to truly listen. You need to be doing the same thing to us. Don't just be hearing us. Don't, because, one thing they say, I hear you, Mom. I hear you. I hear you.
Oh, they love to say that.
I don't want you to hear me. I don't want you to hear me. I want you to listen to what I'm saying to you and actually comprehend and take it into your little head.
Because that I hear you is not, they ain't hearing nothing.
No, they pretty much trying to shut you up. Well, I got you. No, you ain't got me.
Okay.
Right. I don't like that.
Yeah.
they and see, that's what I'd be like, what you say? And I'd be like, no, don't tell me you hear me.
I just say, what did I
No,
just
I
say?
want you to
What I
really
say is, what did I just
listen
say?
to me.
And then sometimes they actually still listening. They'll repeat what I said, but I say, but was you listening?
Yeah, did you
And then
take
they're
it
like,
in?
huh? Did you take it in?
Yeah.
Because, you're doing it. And because if you go do it, if you 2 minutes later go do the same thing, you're not listening.
Yeah, you didn't listen or hear anything I said,
No, they heard it. They just didn't listen.
Yeah.
So,
but being a parent is never it's not an easy job, but it also can be a fun thing too. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy the moments with my children and the times that we spend together. And I definitely want to make more memories because life is short, and I know that your life can change in the blink of an eye. You know what I'm saying? It can happen. And I don't never think beyond that. I just know I just want to be able to be the best parent God want me to be for our children, and asking God to navigate me to be a good mother, to be a good parent. And, when I don't know something, I'm like, Lord, show me the way, or, send me somebody my way that can help me through it, or whatever the situation may be. But other than that, I try to be very open and honest with my kids, and that's it.
Yeah. I was asking somebody that, and they said that sometimes being too honest can be detrimental to the children because it could make them worry about stuff that they don't need to worry about. So even though, like for us, we pretty much tell them everything, and we do. I think it's a valid point because I think some things we should not always share. Like if you're like, if you got 10 pounds to our name, you're like, all I got is 10 pounds
Well, yeah,
left.
we kind of
I
keep
know,
that.
but I'm just saying it, babe.
Go ahead.
Can I say this?
Okay, finish your statement.
There's some things that that you may not, as parents, don't need to say because the child, like,
worries.
If we said that to Kaya's the type of child that it would be on her mind.
It would.
In school.
It would.
Because like even the other day when they wasn't feeling well, I think Sky wasn't feeling well, and Kaya went to school, but knowing Sky wasn't feeling well, she didn't have the best of days because all she kept worrying about was how Sky
and Pedro.
Right, how Sky and Pedro, are they feeling okay? Are they okay? Are they sick? Are they okay?
Right.
Because she's that type of child.
Yeah.
So that's why, when I was talking and I got that comment, I was like, that actually does make sense.
It does.
That
because every child is different.
Because every child's different. So like for us, we are transparent as possible with our children. We tell them, we don't hold back nothing. But I think in the same token, it does make sense that some things should not be said because of that.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
me personally, I didn't factor that into and even thinking about that.
Yeah, because they'll come back to you, and say maybe, oh, we ain't got no money, we ain't got no food.
Or not even just that.
I'm making up an example. So let me finish. So they can do that and be like, oh, we ain't got no money, we got no food, are we gonna be okay? Or and then they can take that to school. Or my parents ain't got no, then it could just become a a problem.
And that's why. So I was like, that makes okay. So we're trying to evolve and learn and gather different aspects and different thoughts and processes.
Yeah, I think it's best for parents to if you can listen to people experiences and maybe learn from that, or maybe use some of that what they do to maybe for you and your children. It's never too late to learn different things from different people. It's when you choose not to where you have your issues.
Right.
So
as like parenting with our children, our goal is to just, do an effective parenting that can help our children develop a strong sense of self-esteem. I want them to be able to be resilient and socially and emotionally. And I want them to be able to use those skills throughout their lives. So like I always tell my children, like, I want them to always remember God first and put him first, and then family. And that hopefully when they get older, that some of the things we do tell them
right
that we've been through, so that when they get older and they get to this age, that if something happens, they can say, wait a minute, I kind of know what to do and what not to do.
Right.
And hopefully not make the same mistakes I made. They're going to make mistakes.
Definitely.
And they make the same mistakes we made. And some of the mistakes is not going to be what we made, but I just want them to be able to emotionally be prepared. Hence why we're not letting them date to the 18.
And the other thing for parents as well, I think not just children, but as parents, we have anxiety for our children. We want our children to be the best that they can be. We want them to be successful and excel in life. We want them to have their relationship strong with God. we want all of these things with them because we sit back and probably see what we can probably see where they can be, later on. And we just want what's best for them. And I think as parents, we get kind of stressed out about it, and we worry about, are you doing enough as a parent? What else can we do? Are my children going to, be successful? Like, what's going to happen? We can't stress about things. We don't know the future, but God
I
do.
know.
But if we trust
not
that,
about-
what I'm saying is, if we trust God's plan for their lives, just like He done for us, we turned out good.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't know the future, but that's why I tell them, I don't know what the future holds. You're gonna make mistakes.
Definitely.
But just like we even said to them, I said to them the other day about not dating to the 18. I said, now be honest, it's no different. You start dating at 18, you're gonna make mistakes.
But what did our son say to us? How am I going to know about dating if I don't experience it now before I get 18? Remember he said that?
I know that. And I said to him, you may not experience it now, but when you turn 18, I just feel at that age, hopefully you'll be mature enough. Hopefully you'll be mentally prepared. Hopefully you would be more just ready, to date.
Yeah.
And then also we're thinking at 18, you'd be, near into uni, and then you would hopefully you'd be able to handle it better. We just feel at 18, if we really wanted to go, we could go 21 once they finish uni. Like, you can't date till you finish uni.
But
that's a little unrealistic,
right? But in my opinion, I think that children dating at a young age is a lot of pressure for them. It's too much responsibility at a young age to be in serious relationships, and not enjoying.
And that's why we came over
getting
18.
to know different people, groups, dates, or whatever. And just doing that, they get too serious too fast.
But we did tell them at 18, we're not talking about 18 go with one single person. We said 18, go out like what we call group dates. We said this before. Go out where there's multiple people, and you get to meet people. You get to see who you like, who you don't like. So that's what we think.
Right.
So on the last part of this whole thing, what I want to bring up was the fact that, even though intimacy and parenting are both two separate identities or two separate things, they're both very well in tune with family.
Yeah.
For simple reason of this, I know for a fact, if we are not being intimate with each other, we become frustrated. And if we become frustrated, then we become frustrated with each other, which then passes on down to the children, which then affects the relationship we have with each other and with the children.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to think that we have to be intimate in order to be happy. Because
it's a part of connection with
it's not.
one another.
Because I'm gonna say sometimes you can't be intimate for whatever reasons. It could be medical reasons. It could be any reason. Because we did have to go to that where we couldn't be intimate for a month.
Yeah.
Because of because we had whatever reason, and so we had to figure out how to be intimate in other ways.
Yes.
How to be there for each other in other ways. So that's what I mean. Because if we was just strictly on, the only way we can be intimate is if we have sex.
Yeah.
Then we wanna last it that month.
No,
you understand? We wanna last it that month. So that's what I mean by it's interconnected because it just helps us to be better as parents. It helps us to be better towards each other.
How some parents say, how do you be intimate when you got your children coming in the room every 24/7, knocking on the door, mommy, daddy, especially when you got young children.
Tell them you either sit them down or you
or you lock the door.
Or you lock the door. Yeah. I think we used to lock the door. Because it was weird when like every time we would start, somebody come knock at the door. Yeah.
And then we'll make sure everything is straight and everything. But if for some reason they do, start knocking on the door. Knock. I'm like, what? Mommy. And they'll actually be standing out there the whole time until we finish.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Mommy, daddy, mommy, daddy. I'm like, stop it.
Yeah.
So, you have to kind of sometimes remember that too. Look, as parents, we have to find ways, okay? Especially with one children or young babies.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. But it's, but as we start to close, we just want to say that, when it comes to being intimate and having children, and it's it's just something that you have to learn, that you just hopefully can balance.
Yeah.
And and also don't make it like with our children, they probably know, but we don't say that is nasty because
Yeah.
we're married.
Yeah. Well, they know
And
it's
therefore,
not.
I know that, but I'm just saying, they get up and we kiss.
Like,
Oh,
ew.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, it's about just, teaching your children that it's natural for
It's in harmony. Yeah. Go ahead.
husband and wife
Yeah.
to, to be intimate with each other because we love each other.
Yeah.
So they understand that. And hopefully that's why when they get older, hopefully it'll pass on in their brain.
Oh, yeah.
When they get older.
That's true. And I would say the most important thing is talk to your children about sex so they like my husband said, so they won't know that it's nasty, and just give them an idea because they're going to experience in their lives. So and we don't know how they're going to experience it, but we just know, talk to them about it and make the conversation a comfortable thing and not an uncomfortable topic to talk about with your kids, and let them know it's natural.
Especially since when they're in school, they coming home and told us some of the things the kids say. Listen, they're like, what? So
these kids know more than what we think.
I know, but I'm just any more than what we know. What we think is more about just the way they think about it.
Yeah,
but yeah.
They
so in more than anything else, if you're able to be effective in parenting, it strengthens the bond between the parents and as me and you.
Yeah.
And then as we work, it allows us to work together to raise the children.
Yeah, definitely.
And create a happy and family environment and a Christian environment, a God-fearing environment.
Definitely.
And that's the goal that we want in the end.
Yep.
So with that in mind,
yep,
we want to thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you.
On the Marriage Can Heal podcast.
I like to say
you always got us. No, I don't like that. I really don't like it.
Okay, fine.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so we can do it then. Okay, we compromise. So yay.
Anyway.
So guys, you can contact us at our email, marriagecanhealpodcast@gmail.com. And you can always donate to our ministry, and it's there for you. We always talk about it, but you know what? It's just something that you just never know. Things happen. So you could donate to our Cash App at Marriage Can Heal 2, and our PayPal
you forgot
at
the
Goddard's
pound sign.
Ministry. So £.
British pound sign.
British £. Marriage Can Heal 2 is our Cash App, and our PayPal is at Goddard's Ministry. Guys. So yep, that's it for that.
Yep.
All right, guys. So happy parenting, and let the intimacy excel.
My name is Pedro.
My name is Tara.
And this is the Marriage Can Heal podcast. Peace.
Peace.